What's up, everybody? My name is Bryce, aka DubsNotSubs, and in today's video, we are going to be going over the Kingdom of the Gods, a new release by Viz Signature. This is absolutely a fantastic read, but let's get into why and what it does right and what it does wrong, and the special little addition they did to this manga that made it just so good. Let's get into it right now. So this story centers around Yi Moon, the prince of the country, as he is running away from these mysterious attackers and assailants who has killed the king of the country. And as he's journeying away, he is also accompanied by someone named Jeha, sorry, my bad. And as they're going on, they're just trying to get to a place called Jihu Heilong. I probably said that really, really wrong, but anyway, they're trying to progress to that area, so Yi Moon, who is supposed to talk to somebody there, because for some reason that's not exactly told to us, but he's supposed to talk to him because that's where he's told to go, basically. But as they're journeying on, as they're going through this journey, we get to learn about this endless war that's going on in the country, where famine and everything is just very, very bad in this country. People are eating each other. There's just poor people everywhere dying out. It's very, very bad. There's a fight for power in the royal capital. It's basically chaos at this time. So as we're progressing through this, we end up going to in a village that seems very tore apart, very destroyed. And as they're going through this, they end up meeting somebody. Two different people in the village who seem to be the only people left, and Yi Moon is there with the two people, and he finds out that these two people are actually eating human flesh, and he freaks out, runs away. Nothing really comes up besides Yi Moon's kind of like royalty, like doesn't really understand the scenario. Is like, you should arrest them, Jeha, because of all this kind of stuff. But Jeha's like, their only crime is for surviving because there's no other choice in this kind of scenario. So they basically keep going, and then all of a sudden we find out that the assailants have actually still been chasing them, and is actually caught up to them. So as this continues on, there's a huge fight. Jeha basically is kind of hinted at being this really, really strong character, where it's not really shown why he's strong yet, but we find out later in the volume exactly why. And basically what happens is, as they're fighting, he kind of lets Yi Moon run away just so that's the only way to protect him. And what happens is, when night comes, we find out that the two people who were Yi Moon meted with were actually assassinated by the people chasing down him. And so at night they actually come back as the Living Death, as they are called in this manga, and you get to see all the townspeople who are in there basically come back alive, and they start tearing apart the assailants and stuff. And before Yi Moon just about gets eaten, someone called Sejong ends up saving him and like running away with him, and ends up going back and getting Jeha too. So they basically escape for that, and we find out that Sejong is actually a doctor from Jihu Heilong, which is the place that Yi Moon wants to go. So they all kind of regretfully team up, where you see kind of like this where they don't really want to do that together, but basically they journey on, and then the story progresses from there. And obviously this is a zombie survival thing, but the kind of twist on this that makes it so good is that it's also a fight for power. So you're not only having the zombies who are trying to attack and kill everybody, but you're also having Yi Moon, who's the prince of the country, trying to regain power back into the capital because his father got assassinated, and now he's looking to get assassinated. So now you have Jeha protecting him from him and the zombies, and the zombies aren't really the bad guys because they are diseased in a way, and I don't want to say why because you guys will find out if you read this volume. And so it is very good. I really like the story so far. It really pulled me in. This art is, oh my god, the art blew me away. It is so good. I loved every second of this. Like, looking at it was just half the fun. 90%. Like, the story and stuff didn't even have to be that good. It could have ended up like something like Lavius. Luckily, it didn't, because the story's actually really good and just looked really well. But the art alone is top tier and amazing. But the story itself is super good. It really pulls you in. It's nicely paced. I like learning about these new characters. They seem likable, and they seem like they're going to change over time. There's room for them to grow, and it looks like they're going to grow as things progress on. So I really like that. The way this is going to progress, I can't wait. Obviously, there's Netflix anime that's coming out. The live action one has already come out, and I haven't personally seen it, so I don't know anything in the future what this holds, but I'm so excited to be able to check this out. It is so good. The art really pulled me in. The story really pulled me in. The characters are nice. Everything about this is very well rounded and is a great first volume for a series. They started off very well, really pulled you in. The concept of zombies isn't new, but the little spin that and the twist and the unique gimmick that they put on it really helps pull you into it and make it more than just a zombie survival. And it's also a fight for the throne and also a search for a cure for these undead. And we don't know if that's going to be possible or if what's going to progress with that, but so far the story is absolutely good. It pulled me and is amazing. It's definitely a 9 out of 10 for me. I love this so much. I got it digitally because I'm not getting any of my books physically. I'm still waiting for anything in May. I have not even got shit, and I get it, but I'm pissed off because I want some stuff to read because there's nothing to do in this house. But let's get on to actually, there's another one-shot in here that I really want to talk about because it's amazing on its own. So if you came for the Kingdom of the Gods review, thank you so much for joining and for watching. I appreciate it. Let's get on to the next story. The other story in this is a one-shot called Burning Hell. Now, this on its own is very good. I love this as a one-shot, and it was such a cool addition to see in the story to an already amazing story to get this one on top of it. So basically, there's this island in between Korea and Japan where they both sent all the outcasts and the people who they hated and like the worst of the worst criminals onto this island. So what happens is we get to meet this guy who I don't remember either of the characters' names, and I don't really plan on doing because it's a one-shot and they're not gonna, continue on or anything. So basically, this dude who killed like 1,000 Japanese soldiers and was also a cannibal, did whatever he wanted. They sent to this island, and as he's progressing on this, as they leave him there, and like he kind of like does his fast route, starts slaying people. They hurry up and leave, and so when he journeys on this island, he's trying to find the other criminals that are supposedly there, and as he's progressing through this island, he ends up finding another person who actually slaughtered everybody else in the island, skinned them alive, and who is a doctor from Korea. And so what happens is these two people start battling on the island for years, trying to like one to best each other because they want to be dominant, and also one wants to eat the guy and the other one wants to dissect the guy, and so that's kind of like what they're going back and forth with each other. It's a very interesting way of having a fight go on. And so as this progresses on, you get to see as the future goes on, they're still fighting. They haven't killed neither one of them has killed each other, and then someone named pirates show up on the island who are hiding treasure. And so this battle comes on to where the pirate on the ship actually has some like black magic power called the Loa. And so it's kind of like the guy looks like a mixture of Usopp and Goldie Roger, which is really interesting. The art is so cool. I would love to see a story on this by itself, but basically Loa, the power is if you sacrifice like this chosen one, you'll be able to get the power of the Loa, which basically grants immortality and whatever power you basically want. So they end up like raiding the ship, the two of them, and they end up finding a girl who is actually the queen, not the Queen of England, the princess for England. And so things happen. They end up doing stuff. I don't want to spoil too much so you guys can actually read it. And then that's the one shot. After that, it kind of ends. But dude, it's so good. I love this one shot. It's one of my favorite one shots, and it's just in the back of the book. This is the same thing as how I thought about the series Golden Sheep, which had at the end of the third volume had a one shot in there, and that one was way better than that entire series. I gotta be honest. I loved Golden Sheep. I thought it was a good series, but that last one shot blew the whole thing out of the water. That one shot was so good, I forgot about Golden Sheep. And this one doesn't do the same thing because I loved Kingdom of the Gods so much, and it didn't make me forget about it, and I wouldn't say, I don't know if it's better because they're so vastly different, but if this was made on a manga its own, a series its own, I could 100% see this and be cool, because it has like great action, it has a great setup, it has this kind of like power thing where they just because both these guys aren't good people. Like when they eventually do when the princess ends up staying alive and whatever, they're not doing it to save the princess. They are one's trying to dissect her and one's trying to eat her. This does not end with like a good way, but what you can see is them like progressing the story to where they actually end up warming up to each other and not end up trying to actually murder or dissect each other, and end up becoming this awesome team. Is really cool. It was a fantastic one shot and added on to such a great series, and without a doubt you guys should read Kingdom of the Gods and Burning Hell when you get Kingdom of the Gods. You get it digitally or physically on any platform for the most part. Just look up Kingdom of the Gods, it will be there. Viz Sig, Great jobs licensing this. Smart company. Smart job, Viz. You did good. This is absolutely fantastic. From the art, characters, pacing, story, everything about this volume 1 was super solid. I loved it. Almost near perfect. But yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I always appreciate you guys viewing my videos. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel that I deserve it. And anyway, guys, I will see you in another video.